Alright, now we've decided to go to Dharamkot, which is on a different mountain from where we are staying. We are staying over on that mountain, and Dharamkot is on the opposite mountain, which is this one. It's a walk of about a kilometer uphill, and I've heard that Dharamkot is a quiet area, and it's because it's higher up on the mountain. It's supposed to have good views as well. Now let me ask them if we will go from here or there's another way to go to Dharamkot. Hello, Dharamkot जाने का रास्ता यहीं पे है क्या? पता नहीं, आप यहाँ से नहीं हो? नहीं। ओके, ठीक है, थैंक यू. Hey, do you know the way to Dharamkot?
This could be the way to the...
Could be, right? Okay, let me ask somebody else then. Let's ask the businesses because they would know. भैया धर्मकोट जाने का रास्ता कहाँ पे?
आपने गाड़ी में जाना कि पैदल जाना है?
हाँ?
गाड़ी में जाना कि पैदल?
नहीं, पैदल जाना है. यहाँ से चले जाऊँ सीधा ऊपर? So this is the way to Dharamkot. See you in Dharamkot unless something interesting is there to show on the way. थोड़ा याद आता है. आप थोड़ा सा वहाँ देखो.
ये क्या है?
Let me have some.
This is good.
Do you want to buy this? It's not easy to sell. उनकी एक फोटो ले सकता हूँ क्या मैं? किसी को मिले तो आप ताशदले बोलते हो. अभी मैं जा रहा हूँ तो मैं क्या बोल सकता हूँ? Again we are flaunting the Tibetan yak 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 t-shirt. यहाँ पे best Tibetan restaurant कौन सा रहेगा?
Tibetan restaurant.
You missed the place.
We missed the place and want to go back.
Dharamkot is supposed to be quieter than McLeodganj or Bhagsu, where we're coming from. So some people who like quiet prefer to stay in Dharamkot. Now the road is becoming steep and we're also entering the thick of the jungle. So it's going to be dark. So I've switched the camera to using my phone camera because that performs better in poor lighting conditions. We've started climbing from there. We have not yet walked much. It's been about 5 minutes only. And now the mountain is starting. Dharamkot is, on the map it showed 1.2 kilometers, but the guy over there told me about 2 kilometers. Doesn't matter. It's a zigzag path. So going from here, I saw the car. If you can see the car, it's going there. Yeah, so, and then of course zigzag all the way to the top of the mountain, and then we are in Dharamkot. I'm sure there must be some cafe, some restaurant serving you know what. Do we want to hitchhike? Nah, I don't think so. When we hitchhike, we miss out on the interesting adventures, interesting interaction, and yeah, adventures as well. But the part I like the most is the interactions that we get to have with strangers. Hello. पर आप घूमने आए यहाँ पे कि रहते हो? घूमने आए हैं पंजाब से. चलो बढ़िया है. See, like this one. So this person was waving at me. You would not have seen it because the camera is back camera of the phone, which is facing me. So one thing I would say about these interactions, okay, I think the best interactions are hard to capture on camera because I'm not walking around with my camera on all the time, or the battery would not last. So I turn on the camera when I see something interesting. Now, when the interaction begins, usually my camera is not turned on, and the interesting bits of the interaction have already gone by before I turn on the camera. Secondly, after I turn on the camera, people become conscious of the camera and they don't talk. So I do try to capture as much as I can of the interactions, and the footage that you get to see is where the people are talking and expressive, but people are way more talkative and way more expressive, way more friendlier and in every way, way more active and animated off camera. So as interesting as you may find these vlogs, seeing the interactions with people, it's more interesting to interact with them off the camera. So where were we? What were we talking about? From where did we come to this topic? Anyways, just enjoy the scenery here. So this morning at the tea stall, I was talking to a couple of guys while the tea stall person hadn't yet arrived in the morning to open the shop. So there were a couple of guys who were waiting with me at the tea stall, and we were having a chat, and they were telling me that they have lived in many cities of India for their work, and the most safe and peaceful place that they find is here, McLeodganj Dharamshala. And they were telling me there's no crime here. You go out at night, midnight, and if the police sees you here, they will not even ask you where you're going, what you're doing, because there is this surety that there's not going to be any crime here. So this place is so safe. And they were comparing this place with Delhi, and this guy was telling me that I don't even like to visit Delhi, forget about living there. And I have a theory about that. This place is heavily populated by Tibetans, and Tibetans are refugees to this country. In 1959, when the Big C invaded Tibet, His Holiness the Dalai Lama and many thousands of Tibetans fled from Tibet, and they walked over the mountains for months and years, and they all reached here. So India, and especially Dharamshala, because Dharamshala happens to be the headquarters of Tibetan government in exile. So especially this place is like their refuge. Now since then, many Tibetans are born in India and they are Indian citizens as well. But technically they are refugees. And along with that fact, it's something to do with their religion as well, Buddhism. So being populated heavily by the refugees who have come from another country, and the religion which is known for peace, I think those two factors are definitely contributing to this positive image of this town, that there's no crime here. That's my theory. And now we are at the foggy town of Dharamkot. It's more foggy here because of the altitude. Namaste. Dharamkot hai na ye? Alright, so we have arrived at Dharamkot. Look at the fog here. And this is some meditation center. And now let's go further up and see what kind of views we have. बहुत फॉग है यहाँ पे. कौन सी तरफ जाऊँ मैं? हाँ, किस तरफ आप रेकमेंड करोगे? मुझे तो कहीं पता नहीं, मुझे, मैं पहली बार आया हूँ.
पता नहीं, आपको पता करना पड़ेगा. आप जो है ना फर्स्ट तरफ जाओ.
यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है.
यहाँ काफी कुछ है।
हाँ तो
अभी foggy है ना? Foggy और misty है।
वहाँ से व्यू मिलेंगे।
व्यू भी मिलेगी ना अगर आपने रेस्टोरेंट टाइप में जाना ना।
हाँ।
सेकंड वाली जो लाइन है उसमें जाओ।
तो रेस्टोरेंट्स यहाँ पे है और अगर नेचर एंजॉय करना तो यहाँ पे है।
नेचर इस तरफ है।
ठीक है, तो पहले नेचर एंजॉय करेंगे फिर रेस्टोरेंट्स में जाएंगे। नमस्ते। So let's go and enjoy the nature first and then enjoy another nature. It's a shame that we will not be able to look at views because it's so foggy. I can't see behind these trees. And looks like there are many tourists also here because as you can see there are so many vehicles. Let's see what kind of tourists they are. I can't see beyond that black car over there. The drizzle has increased now and so has the fog. Look at how much more foggy it is now. So I think we'll have to turn on the umbrella, open up the umbrella. Are you able to see the view behind me with this umbrella open? Well, I don't know because the screen is on the back side. Just enjoy the fog. That's also a view in itself. Let's walk this jungle in the fog. And this is now actually jungle, guys. There's no network on my phone anymore. There was a church here which is a very old church that also I found in one of the vlogs I was watching about McLeodganj. Saint John in the Wilderness, that's the name of the church. It's more than a century old. In fact, a century ago there was a very strong earthquake here and a lot of buildings were destroyed and there was a lot of destruction in Dharamshala, and the church has survived that earthquake. And so it's a historic church. So I thought I'll look up where the church is located because when I was watching that vlog, as the name of the church suggests, it's in the wilderness, it's in the jungle. So since we are in the jungle right now, I thought to look up on the map as to where exactly that church is. If it's close from here, then we can cover that as well. But there's no network. And the fog continues to increase. There are a couple of people coming behind me. But apart from that, I have not seen those tourists from those cars that we saw behind. We have a proper, not proper, but yeah, it's a road. So it must lead somewhere. It's also possible, now I'm about to think, that this road may go around this hill. What is this split here? Some properties here, some kind of ashram. So we will not go there, but we'll continue on this road. So I was saying, this road might go around this mountain, and on the other side, as we asked earlier, there are restaurants. So if this road goes around, then we will not have to go back and then to the other side, but we might just end up on the other side. There are a lot of Tibetan monks, of course, in this region. After coming here, I saw for the first time female monks as well. I think they are called nuns. I didn't know that there are Tibetan female monks as well. I've always seen these maroon robed monks as men. So Tibetan viewers, please enlighten me more about Tibetan Buddhism and how the female monks differ from the male monks and if they're really called nuns and all that. Enlighten me about the lives of monks. I would have loved to visit some monastery and learn about their life myself, but all the temples and monasteries are closed because of the pandemic. So that part of Tibetan or rather Buddhist culture, I am still not very educated on. So you guys can tell me in the comments, as you tell me about so many other things. I'd love to learn. And guys, we're lucky now. The fog has subsided to give us this view. Let me zoom in a bit. Yeah. This town, I believe, is McLeodganj. And no, this mountain, this road that I said might go around the mountain, that was me grossly underestimating the size of this mountain. This road could not go around the mountain. This mountain is giant. Guys, I've actually decided to turn around and now go to the other side. But just look at this place now. This is the same spot, you see? The same spot where we saw the view of the town, and now it's completely gone. Completely gone. You can't see anything. It's like a grey curtain behind these trees. Alright, now look at part 2 of Dharamkot, which is a little more happening place with the restaurants and everything. This is yak cheese.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice one.
Look at this, guys. Can I take a little piece of that?
Yeah, why not?
Let's taste the yak cheese.